may be it. Maybe your only chance. Um, I've been thinking a lot about what we're going to teach on the cruise, and I've got things that I'm already started, and they're looking pretty cute. I'm examining in depth some of my favorite techniques that we've done before, but I'm, of course, because it's me, thinking what can I do that's new with those. So we're going to be looking at chevrons from simple, which is what people expect, zigzag, really how you can use.
Laura, I'm sorry, but I accidentally muted you. And you know I can't unmute you.
I can't get.
But I'd like to ask everyone else to mute themselves, please. Sorry.
I don't know if there's a problem with Laura's volume, because I've got mine up to 100% and I can hear you just fine, but Laura sounds like she's 100 miles away.
No, it is kind of. Is your Jabra on, Laura?
It is.
Okay, now we can hear you.
That's better.
Well, that's because I'm leaning over and speaking right into it, but I thought I had turned it up to the highest volume.
We can hear you better now.
Okay, well, I moved it a little bit, so maybe that's all it needed. Okay, so at any rate, what I was saying, I don't know when I got cut off, but what I was saying is that, so I'm looking at chevrons and I'm looking at interesting ways to use chevrons. Chevrons being just a simple increasing and decreasing spaced equally. Well, what happens when you don't space them equally? What happens when you do this, and what happens when you do that? And how can you add that into shaping in a garment? And there's just a lot of very interesting little things that I've been working on. So that's part of it. We, of course, are going to look at color, and I have some interesting new ways to develop color combinations that are very usable for you. So that will be a fun thing for us to do. We've got some really fun tying all the ends up things. This will be probably one of the little minis where we look at a bunch of different finishes, including how to do twisted cord. I am always asked about how I do my twisted fringe, and it's something you can learn very quickly, and a few other things along those lines. And I have something in mind for a very simple double-sided throw scarf wrap idea. That's a technique that can easily be learned in a half-day class. So we have a lot of really fun things going on, and per Laura, there will be lots of bits and pieces of colors and things to play with. So you can decide what it is you actually like doing, what do you want to do. So there you are. I intend to have fun.
I just have some other little thing to say, because Nini posted a question, and Mara should have all that information, but usually the deposits for the cruise are $250 to $500, and that's the deposit which holds your space. And then the rest of the cost of that is usually paid up 90 days before. But yeah, Mara should have all of that. But we have prices and anything else that you want to know, but that's hopefully to answer you, Nini. Otherwise, we'll get with you separately. Okay. All right, Laura, turning it back over to you. Please, everybody mute yourselves. Thank you.
Well, that's all I have to say about the cruise. Are we ready to jump into what we're looking at today?
Yes.
Good. Then we're going to start with what I'm wearing. And I did a couple of transitional sweaters, depending on where you live in the country. This is a winter sweater for those of us from Florida, or a transitional sweater, or possibly even a summer sweater. The basis of this is wicket, which is a nice, tightly twisted cotton. So when I say twisted, it's not plied. It's a soft cotton that's tightly wrapped around a core. So it looks a little bit zigzaggy. And I'll do my usual thing and get up on the counter and get closer to you so you can both see the colors, see the pattern stitch better, and see the texture of the yarn. And so it's a cotton base, but these little colors of boxes are in symphony. And of course, the purpose of that is that we make symphony in a gazillion colors, and one skein of each color is all you need. So the wicket comes in big 16-ounce skeins. You couldn't do the whole thing out of just wicket. Well, you could, but that'd be 5 skeins at $90. It'd be a very expensive sweater, as opposed to one wicket does the sweater, and then one skein each of 4 colors of symphony. So it's not an outrageous price. And there was plenty of wicket to do up to the XL. If you go to a bigger size, you'll need 2 skeins. And in the smaller skeins, there was enough left that if you really wanted to make a 3/4 sleeve or a long sleeve, you could easily do that. Or if you were a larger size, you need to buy that second skein. So the basis of this is a sort of a dusty plum color. And the colors that I have here, and these are all on the site. So I have this gorgeous lilac with these beautiful oceany colors. There is a bracken, which is kind of a blue-green with colors similar to what I'm wearing. I had a really hard time deciding whether to make this one or this one when I did it. And then we go into some darker colors, this being a transitional sweater. So that's a deep steely gray with some real autumnal colors. And a steely gray again with more jewel tones. So this would have a much more tone on tone effect. It's going from teal through blue violet to mulberry. This, which is a little warmer base with warmer contrast colors in it. And the beauty of this is, if you're not interested in using wicket, you can use symphony. They're the same gauge. And the pattern has been written for quantities of either. It is substantially more expensive to do it all out of symphony. But if you love symphony and you don't want a cotton sweater, then by all means you can do it. Good thing about symphony, it is superwash. So the fact that this is cotton and wool make a difference. You can launder it all together. You can machine wash it, frankly, and you can low dry it or dry it flat. And it's not going to change. It's not the wool and the cotton. They're not incompatible. So in this last color, I have both the wicket and the symphony. So you can kind of see the difference. There's the symphony and there's the wicket. You've got those gorgeous jewel tones. So let me clear a little space for my tush here. And I'll come up so you can see just what this, there's just no good way to do this. How cool this pattern stitch looks though. Just little slip stitch boxes. And this is what the wicket looks like. A little twist, a nice little twist. Okay, so I'm going to name these for you because on the website they're named. And I want you to make sure that you're looking at the right thing. Get this in the right place. Okay, so what we have, I can make myself a cheat sheet. What we have is Lilac Garden, Coral Reef. This is Indigo Jewels back here with the deep blue. Shale blooms here with sort of the autumnal colors. Steel gems here and autumn here. Okay. Do I have any questions about that?
I'd just like to remind everybody where they can find these online. If you go to our website, which of course is www.greatyarns.com, on the home page, you'll see a bar at the top, and at the end of that bar, it says presentations. If you click on that, It takes you right down to today's presentation, and you'll see all of these kits and the colors and the prices there. So under presentations. Thanks.
Hey, Laura,
Yes.
question on the indigo jewels that you showed the symphony as well as the base.
Yep.
How many symphony do you need if you're doing like a medium?
In my head, it's 5 or 6. It should be on the, if it's not on the website, it's probably not. It probably doesn't say numbers, does it? I think it's 5 or 6.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
And by the way, I should tell everyone, the things that I'm showing you today, anything that you decide you want in the next day or two can be shipped this week. If more than one person wants something, I may or may not have enough in stock to do 2. If you order something that I have to dye, they're not going to ship until late September, just so everyone knows that, okay? I have a lot in stock, but if I have to dye, it's going to be late September before they're shipping. Since it's just me, Matt helps sometimes, but you know. Okay, any questions more about this? Okay, and this is something that is very customizable. If you like the idea, but you're not seeing something that you like, remember, we can always do a consultation. I can pull together possibilities. Fontel will send you a picture for your approval, and we can do something else, because some of you like to put your own colors together, and that's great. Or you can pick any of the colors that we dye, which if you go to the Prism Yarn website, which is informational only, and you go to colors and you go to sand wash solids, you can see all the solid colors that we dye, and you can pick a color for the Wicket or Symphony, and then ask me what I think would work well for the boxes colors. And again, happy to pull that stuff together. You just have to wait until September for it, because chances are I'll have to dye it.
Laura,
Yeah.
Is that a set-in sleeve or just?
It's a T. It is no, actually, there's no sleeve seam. It's just sleeve straight across.
Got it.
There's something about the, you know, those of you who know me know that I really like seams, and I don't generally like this construction, but this fabric is fairly firm. And frankly, being cotton, if it starts to stretch out, you just put it in the dryer and it comes back. And so between the Symphony and it's really going to hold its shape. And again, those of you who've been around me know that I like a slender sleeve, but it's easy enough to make a deeper sleeve if you want, because it's simply work up to until the width of the sleeve that you want, and then cast on for the body and work across. So that's a very easy adaptation to make. Anybody else?
Laura,
Lisa had,
I have a question. When you're, okay, there's 4 different colors of Symphony. At each color change, do you cut the yarn and tie it at the beginning of the row at each color change when you're changing color?
In this case, I did, because there's quite a distance between this one and this one. You know, you're carrying all those along the edge for all that time. So I did, in this case, I cut them.
Okay.
But because you're knitting the entire sweater, it's really only once per color per block, right? It's only at the beginning, so it's only here that you're having to cut it. Here it's turned and worked back. So,
Okay.
So it's minimal. Also makes keeping all the color matching very simple. Right, the shoulders match, the sleeves, everything matches, because it's all built in one fell swoop, opposed to trying to figure out how, when, and where everything's going to match correctly. There's a construction technique for everything. Anything else? Okay. Let me.
See all those colors go whipping by.
Okay, the quick change artist.
Yep, here we go.
I feel like I need to do music. We should have.
A drum roll.
I'm more well dressed than I often am.
You are actually. We're seeing less of you.
So this is another Wicket sweater, and this time I've paired it with stuff.
This is cute.
So it's a little bit longer sleeve, a little bit longer body. Again, knit straight across. Has this very interesting neckline. I'm going to show that to you before I start showing you colors. See these lovely little decrease lines?
We'll pop.
Yeah, it's a very interesting, very cool neckline. It gives almost the feeling of a vest or a bodice with something underneath it, and that's a neckline that can be as high as this is, or can be stopped at any point depending on what it is you like. And again, the sleeves are 3/4, but there's enough yarn, unless you're in the larger sizes, there's enough yarn to make it a long sleeve if you want. And the stuffs are garter ridges. Okay.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's really a lovely sweater.
Laura, we're gonna take a moment and pause. Fontel's gonna tell a couple people how they do go about finding this on her
Okay, sure.
website.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm going to pull the colors up while you do that.
Perfect. Okay, so if you go on Great Yarn's website, and that's greatyarns.com, then you'll come to the home page, and on the home page there's a listing. It says yarns, patterns, events, and it also says presentations. When you click on presentations, the very first listing is today's Prism presentation. That you click on that and it brings up it's going to bring up this page, and it shows you all of the models that Laura's talking about. Their ingredients and the prices are all there.
These two tops are knitted side to side, right, Laura?
Correct.
Yeah. Were there any other questions? Because I know there were. And did everybody understand how to find this on the website? Because I know that makes it easy. Yep, click on presentations. All right. The name of the pattern that we're looking at right now is Wicket, W-I-C-K-E-T, Stuff Topper. And the sweater that she was wearing prior was called Boxes Tee. And you'll see the pictures there, so you'll recognize by the pictures. But this is Wicket Stuff Topper. Okay, Laura.
All right. And it can also be a symphony stuff. Remember that. So I have shown this in a color of stuff that's very similar to the background color, and then one that's kind of from the opposite side of the color wheel. So when you're far away, it's only vaguely striped, right? And the colors don't really stand out that much, and the textures don't stand out that much. And as I get closer, you start to see that, in fact, there are some other interesting colors going on there. These are layers colors of stuff. And I'm sorry, I always assume everybody knows what stuff is, but in case you don't, stuff is wild stuff, cool stuff, neat stuff, in this case, layers stuff. And stuff is 30 to 40 hand-dyed yarns that are gauge coordinated and tied together end to end in varying lengths, so that when you knit it, it comes up with different textures all the time, which is why you're seeing in here all these different little textures. And this is what stuff looks like. So it has all that stuff in it. And this only takes a half a skein of stuff, which is half a skein, which is basically this size. It's 150 yards. So you need one full skein of one color if you're just doing one color, or two half skeins if you're doing two colors. And there's plenty to do the largest size within those half skeins. Again, except for the largest size, one skein a wicket is also enough to do it. Again, knit sleeve and across. An interesting thing about the neckline, this was adapted from a sweater that I did years ago. And the sweater that I did was in linen, and I shaped this neckline and I put it on. And it's like, oh my God, no one can wear this. It's going to fall off. So I just started playing around with what you could do. And I really like this neckline and how it works. And it gives a kind of this little rolled edge here, and at the hem as well, which just gives it a little more casual but polished finish, those little rolled edges. So this is fairly subtle. This is fairly subtle. It's a mist, which is a lavendery color, shale, which is a taupey color, and then kind of mushroom, which is a light taupe. So that would be fairly subtle. This is fairly subtle. I think I called this one mist. Is that what I called it? Yes, mist. It's going to be similar to what I'm wearing. Probably a little more conservative because the rusty color in here is a little edgier. This I think is exquisite. It's a dusty sage and a dusty rose and a steel gray. Jewel tones for somebody who likes jewel tones. Again, the blue violet, which is sapphire, is very close to this, so that raspberry is really going to stand out in the same way that these blue-green stripes are similar to this, and that makes this stand out. So this raspberry is what's going to really stand out. And then if you like a lot of color, I think that is just fun and cheery and springy, summery, and not for everyone, but if you're that person, you're going to love that.
Oh, I just love that, Laura. Oh my God, I think that's so fun.
Yeah, it is fun. It's very fun.
I have been asked about the sizing, and again, when you go on the website and you'll see where it first says colors, and it does say sizing there, says small, medium, large. Keep scrolling down and you will find the exact dimensions and measurements of all of those sizes. So all that information is there. Just keep on scrolling down till you see it. Thanks.
Thanks, Laura.
Did I stand away with this one? Yes. Whoops. Okay. So y'all still. It's just your basic. It's a little bit boxy. You know, it's not tight fitting at all. But I didn't want it tight fitting on my hips. I really wanted it. You know, I do that a little bit too much, so I really wanted this to be more of this, which I think it does. Okay, good on this?
Looks comfortable too.
You know what it is? It is. That's one of the nice things about the wicket is very comfortable. It's a really nice, smooth, cool to the touch cotton. So it does make it, I mean, it would be fabulous in symphony because everything is fabulous in symphony. But symphony doesn't have quite the length of wearable time, being mostly wool, that wicket does. There are a lot of us in warmer climates that would definitely wear this sweater year round. And symphony, well, year round, maybe not in the heat of the summer, but and symphony only for a few months out of the year.
There those colors go again.
Yeah.
And again, that is ultimately customizable. So if you like it, but you're not seeing the color that you like, you can pick a color of wicket, and I can make suggestions about the colors of stuff that would look good with it. All right, we have the only auction of the night. And for those of you who haven't been here before, the auctions are yarns that I have not very much of any longer. And so I put together kits and we put numbers on them and we put them up here and people claim them. And that's it. I can't do them again. And it's really true now. So this is linen. It's the sport weight linen. And this is 5 different colors in a longer tunic, slouchy, big in the body, thin, skinny sleeve, again, because that's how I like it. You don't have to. Skinny sleeve, 3/4 length, because I don't like them down around my wrist, but easy enough to make it longer. And this is a real, to me, this is a dressy sweatshirt. You know, it's got a beautiful drape to it. It's lightweight. It's linen. It's already been machine washed several times. And with those 5 colors, what you do is you're knitting 2 fronts and 2 backs and 2 sleeves. And you're knitting ABC. It's just ABC stockinette stitch. So you're knitting ABC. Okay, I'll explain ABC because maybe not everyone knows what that is. When you have 3 colors, you can knit 1 row stripes really easily. And what that is you cast on with A. So you have A here. You drop it and you attach B. You work across with B. You turn, you drop B, you attach C, you work across with C, and A is waiting for you. So you drop C, you pick up A, turn, knit across, B is waiting for you. So you go ABC, 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 ABC. And in this case, we're working mostly from dark colors to lighter color, to medium colors to lighter colors. You go ABC for a while, and then you take A out and you go BCD. And then you take B out and you go CDE, and you get these interesting shifts of color. And although I made the sleeves the same, the fronts obviously are not, nor is the back. So let me get those colors up. Again, this is an auction. So when these are gone, they are gone. And all we're doing is giving them numbers. So that is a sort of a gardeny, lighter grouping. It's a real russet. You have to see the entire thing, then I can get another row in. There we
That's
go.
pretty close to what you have on, isn't it?
This
Or
one,
more gold.
There's no blue in this, and I do have blue in what I'm wearing.
Oh, okay.
That'd be the one difference. Otherwise,
Oh,
they-
now I see. Yeah, you have more. Mhm.
On the other hand, by the way, if you're a linen lover and you have linen in your, leftover linens in your stash, there's no reason why you can't add it in. It's like, I really like those colors, but I'd like to have some blue in there. Well, I'll just find some blue linen.
That's gorgeous neutral.
Yeah, so is this next one.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
that's Fontel. So you have me as number 4, Fontel is number 5. And I'm also number 2.
Wait, I've got 8, so I got to do this in such a way that I can get them all up, which I think I can do. Then I've got a couple dark ones. This one was pretty interesting. Okay. Now, I am happy to hop my butt up there and bring the bundles up closer.
Number 8 is gone.
Who has it?
Carrie, can you tell me who so I can write it on here?
Yep, Kathy Gambaro.
Hi, Kathy.
Jan Lee would like number 6.
Nice color, Jan. Anybody want to see anything closer?
Joan Nickerson would like number 3. Yeah, that's
Gorgeous color.
cool. Thea Jacobs would like number 2. And Kathy would like number 1. With Kathy who? Kathy, what's your last name? Will you put yourself up? Deborah Davis would like number 7. Now, number 4 and 5 is up there for sale. They were just what Fontel and I wear. I wear dark and she wears light. So I made that mention, but
Okay.
Okay, no, number 1 was Kathy.
number 1, oh, Barrios.
Okay, okay.
Thank you. So there are 2 left, and maybe you can show them closer. Deborah said to see closer, so let's see them a little closer.
Those Dolores wants 5.
Dolores is number 5.
This is gorgeous, Dolores. This really is the Fontel colorway.
It really
I
is.
mean, I would call this champagne.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's nice.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be good. Maybe a little early. There's number 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up close and personal with it. A great setup for everything except this part.
Deborah, number 7 is gone and can't be repeated. So the only color left is the one that Laura is holding,
Just number 4.
which is number 4.
So
Is
that actually is like a violet. Is the one gray, Laura, in your
So what we have is mink.
okay.
Mink. We've got truffles, which is this warm dark brown.
That's beautiful.
We have tumbleweed, so that's the violet that you're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
And then mushroom, which is the light taupe, and sandstone, which is the light warm.
Okay. Teresa will take that one.
All right.
And Laura, if you could show 7 closer, because Deborah Davis wasn't sure what she was requesting was to see it closer.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Never.
Let me find it. Oh, yep, it's not too far. Okay, what this one is,
Mm-hmm.
it's indigo, so it's a deep midnight blue, and bittersweet, which is a warm rusty with sort of purple overtones. Storm, which is a deep violet and brown and black. Lipstick, and shale, which is dark taupe. And there's just not any way that I'm going to be able to get this to look really good. I don't know what I can do. It needs something dark behind it. I don't know if I have anything. It will work. Maybe.
This is on air. If we were on TV, this would be called dead time.
Dead air.
She's disappeared.
There we go. Yes, there we go. It's all about knowing how colors are going to look and what the light is focused on. There we go.
Yeah, that shows it really well.
All right, thank you, Laura. She is going to take that.
Okay.
So that is Deborah Davis.
Okay.
And if while you're down there and before you leave, would you show Wicket kind of again? We've had a request as to what that really is, and so maybe you can pull that up a little closer.
Any one of them?
I think anyone. It was just a question on,
What the yarn looks like.
yeah, and what it is.
Okay. Hang on one sec. Get rid of my box. Get a wicket. See if I can get one yet. So it's a cotton that is a softer strand wrapped around a really tight, strong core. So it gives you a little rick-racky, zigzaggy kind of look. But it's it knits just like any other yarn. And let me pull the sweaters up so you can see it knit. These were knit at two very different gauges. So this was knit firmly on, I think, a 6. And this was knit more loosely, I think, on an 8. Because I wanted more drape in this one.
Laura?
Yeah.
You have a color earlier that you showed called Mist.
Yes.
Can you
It was
just
combination. It is actually this color of wicket combined with this and this stuff. So I'm calling it mist because it's the combination of the 3 colors. This color is orchid. That's Aegean, and that's actually mist.
Okay, thank you. Is that a sweater quantity there? Is that for sale?
Yeah, that is that's the sideways stripes.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, there's no more linen, so I guess we're good with that. Okay, now anybody who wants a head start on a holiday piece, this is a really fun, quick knit with a lot of visual pow. So this is all Constellation, which is our big wide 1/2-inch ribbon that has the little zigzags of multicolored metallic down them. It's knit in linen stitch. It's knit side to side. See, side to side? Oh no, it has a shoulder seam. So it's knit in 2 body pieces. Yes, it does not match at the shoulder because there's no reason why it has to. It's knit in 2 body pieces in half linen stitch, and every 2 rows you cut and tie on the next color, and that's what's making your fringe. So there's nothing to bury. I put a little side seam in it here rather than leaving it open because it gives it just a little bit of shape. I like what it does here at the side. It gives you just it gives you some shape. It keeps it on your shoulder. It could just be a poncho with no seaming in it at all, but it's pretty fabulously gorgeous. And I've just did 4 colorways. This one, which is the neutrals, and then We've got jewels.
My God, this just makes my heart sing.
Yeah.
And spring.
Oh,
And autumn. And again, ultimately customizable. It's 14 skeins total. I could do one that is all silver and black. I could do all one that's denim blues. I might have to dye for that, so it might take a little while, but I absolutely could do whatever anybody might want. And you can see this up close.
Getting the pneumonia shot.
Yes, pneumonia. Uh-huh.
And it's got a beautiful drape and movement to it. Up on a size 13 needle, I think it was. An 11 or a 13.
yeah.
Half linen stitch.
Yes.
Okay.
So half linen stitch, for those of you who don't know, is you slip every other stitch on the right side with the yarn in front, makes a little bar across the front, and on the purl side you simply purl. And they call it linen stitch because it looks like fabric. And you can see the bars going across the front. It's the perfect stitch for this ribbon to really show it off, because those bars just they just lay on the surface, and they're pretty spectacular.
Do we buy it on the website?
Fontel?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Any questions about this?
It's beautiful.
It's really, I'm looking forward to wearing it. I don't know, maybe it will be my Commodore's ball piece. I guess that all depends on whether I have time to do something else.
Saying, Laura, but those color combinations are absolutely spectacular. There's something neutral, there's something regal and royal, and then the pastel was just breathtaking, just gorgeous.
Yeah, it actually is the pastel, and I'm not a huge pastel fan. It's beautiful.
It's elegant, yeah.
Marianne, it's definitely knitted. We'll take a look on the website and see why it says crocheted, but it's definitely knitted. Thank you for pointing that out. We'll check it out. And good
Okay.
to see you on here.
Crocheted, that's interesting. Of course, we all looked at the website. I didn't see that. I caught something else, but I didn't see that. So, okay. Excellent. Now, okay, hang on to your hats, because I have something that is just more darn fun than you could ever want. Otter or plumette. Many of you know those two yarns. They're almost the same except for the length of the hair. It's a hair yarn. And otter, when you knit it alone, looks just like sheared mink and feels like sheared mink. As a garment, you know, the same way that sheared mink makes you look kind of really big and boxy, well, otter does that too, but it's fabulous for accessories. And here it is in a throw. This is the most luxurious faux fur throw I could possibly imagine doing. And the otter is double strand, which makes it incredibly, incredibly plush and soft and drapable. And there's two different colors of otter. One is a little bit of a multicolor, and the other one is a layers color. It's really hard because they're dark to see what that looks like. And there's Click It, which is similar to Wicket, but bigger and softer. If anybody ever knit with something called softball, it's basically softball cotton, is in between. And I don't know about any of you, but my husband does not like a wool throw. He swears he's allergic to wool and he doesn't want it touching his bare skin. So this was in honor of my dear husband, Matt, because it's cotton and otter is nylon. So I'm going to try putting this here on our little brown box and see if that doesn't make the colors show up a little more. So it's just one skein each of Click It, the two colors of Click It. There's a big 4-row stripe in the center, and then just 2 rows of the accent color on either side. I can't tell you how luxurious this feels. It's hard. I don't know if it's expressing well or not. It is hard to imagine how
Beautiful.
how plush and lush it is.
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Even in the screen, it's just beautiful. I can only imagine in person, Laura.
Yeah, it's a quick knit. I think it was on a number 9 needle.
Oh.
Maybe even bigger. Maybe it may have been a 10. See, I did these too long ago. Now I can't remember. Anyway, I've put together a bunch of colors of this, and there's plenty of it, so they can be ordered at any point. And I have, I think, enough to do at least 2 of every single colorway. So let me just start. I tried to think of decorator kinds of colors. So here we have a dark khaki, brown, and champagne. Why did, oh, because I set it on my mouse and I made my screen go weird. So we've got dark brown, rich brown, and sort of a champagne and a dark khaki. And then we've got silver, which is gray, dark gray, light gray in both the Click It, and in this case, one of the Click Its is a multicolor. So I would use that one as the accent, and it'll be really cool. You'll just have these little flashes of white and light gray surrounding the dark gray. And then these 2 colors of gray in the pile. Denim. Garnet. Sage, this one requires a little explanation. So it's a sage green and a light warm gray and a silver gray otter, and then an ecot otter. So that this otter is white and gray and sage green. So you're getting just, it's very neutral, but a little bit of green. Winterfell. When I first named the color Winterfell, it was when Game of Thrones was at its peak, and everybody understood it. It made sense. A couple of grays and a really deep, rich blue violet and a blue. And for someone who likes quite a lot of color and a lighter combination, this is Mojave. So we've got, again, a multicolor Click It, and then some soft deserty colors in the otter. Okay, wait. Oh no, that's my first batch. There's more, so I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. Before I push these out of the way, does anybody want to see any of these particular colors more up close? All right, I'm gonna push. For someone who likes a lot of color, I thought this one was pretty spectacular. It's Tahoe, which is a wonderful multicolor that we've done for years, mixed with these two. So again, I would use the darker one as the center and the bright one as the 2 rows on either side of it. Everybody remember Yves Saint Laurent and his couture line called Rive Gauche, which always did red and black and gray. So there's a Rive Gauche. Blue Lagoon. This is kind of retro-y, but really gorgeous autumn. And another Montel color. Champagne.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
So, as I said, I have quite a bit of this in stock, probably enough to do 2 of every one. So even if people want the same one, but
But
it's
you know, if they want to claim it now, you can claim it now and
now, I'll set it right aside.
yeah.
And if
Yeah,
you have certain thoughts you want, and you decide, gee, I really do want that, well, you just might have to wait until September. It's not that long. And there's a pretty good chance that I've got it anyway.
Okay, Laura, could I see the garnet close up?
Yes, you can. Okay, I'm going to make a path for me. I had more fun putting these together. So garnet is 2 shades of red and a really deep, deep, deep maroon and Cabernet.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And when you look at when you look at this, remember what you're seeing most of is the otter. Right? The clicket, both by virtue of the fact that it's flatter and it's underneath the pile and it's not shiny, just is kind of there in making the pattern, making the zigzags more than anything. So the otter is what is going to be the that's the colors you're really going to see is the otter.
Does anybody have any questions? Okay.
Anyone?
Nope, thanks, Laura.
Okay,
No, I do have a question.
sure.
Do you by any chance have anything with blacks, grays, and purples or pinks?
Yeah, sure.
So you could put that together?
Absolutely. I mean, I can do it right here, right now. So here's a gray. Which kind of purple?
I tend to go, well, I like both, but I tend to go probably more bright.
Okay, so gray and purple, and then we can go light gray with it
Yeah.
or stay with the darker gray.
No, we go light gray.
And maybe, hang on.
Well, that's
That's
very
gorgeous.
pretty. That is. Do you by any chance have the black in the foo-foo yarn?
I
The
do. I do. I do have black. I just came. Oh, right
Yes,
here.
right over there.
who else could it be?
It's Francine for sure.
Of course. Yep, that works for me. I'll take that.
Okay.
See, that's the beauty of being able to do this. She can customize this for you.
Mhm.
So if any of you are sitting there going, well, I wonder what this will look like, feel free to reach out.
Thank you, Laura. And
No problem.
thank you, Fontel.
Yeah, so
Okay,
Thank you.
got it. If you want, you can just, when you order it, you can just write custom per.
Yeah.
Yeah, custom per.
Resume.
we got it.
I wrote it down.
Okay, thank you.
Wrote it down, so we're good. We know what we've got.
Great.
All right. And for any of you, this in particular, it's a home decor item. So you might very much want to figure out it to coordinate with some other part of your decor. So again, feel free to reach out, give us some ideas of colors, and we'll put something together just like that. Just like that. Okay, I'm going to lose these guys. Just have,
Laura, right there at your hand, you have that blue. Okay. Was that? Oh, the gold was with something else. All right. It's in front. You had the two, at least on the front of my screen, that other set. That blue and the gold looked interesting together.
they are like this.
Yeah.
That's
And
really,
yeah,
it's really beautiful.
mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, that looks like decor.
Mm-hmm.
Look at those two. Actually, that's even.
Well, that looks really good.
Yeah, that's fabulous. And what would I put with that?
Ooh, I love it.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
So what are those colors?
This is mocha. This is 603. And indigo and truffles.
Can you do 2 of those?
2 of these kits?
Yeah,
I can. I'd have to die, but I
that's
can.
fine. That's fine. It's for a gift for way later.
Yes, I can.
Okay. I think I
So-
might do that.
Have what that is in Click It. It's indigo and truffle,
Okay.
and in Otter it's mocha and 603.
Okay. Click it. I can't.
Okay.
Laura?
What was it? Click.
One sec. And for all of you, if you're doing a custom color, at least in the past on the order portion, there's a space for notes. You can put in the notes what your special colors are, or you can just email Fontel. Okay.
Or color.
Yeah, what the colors are. So
How many skeins in total for the throw?
it's 1 skein each of Click It. So 2 skeins of Click It, and 6 skeins each color of Otter.
And how many colors? 2 colors of otter?
2 Otter, yep.
So it's 12 skeins, either 12 of one or 6 of each
two.
of 2, and 1 skein each of 2 different colors in Click It. Okay.
Yes. And okay.
Go back, Kathy, and ask her once more.
So we all know that nobody is infallible, including me. So I was winding all this otter that I dyed specific to making these kits up, and I accidentally wound the 150-yard skeins at 200 yards. So 6 skeins of 150-yard otter equals 5 skeins of 200-yard otter. So I might fill some of these orders with 200-yard otters, and I will put a note in saying that that's what the situation is.
Yeah.
Doesn't cost any different, but that would be why there's a different number of skeins. Thank you.
It makes sense. And Kathy, did you have another question about the skeins? How many skeins for the throw? Did we answer that
I
for
just
you?
need, I just need the colors of the Click It.
On which
I think
one?
it was indigo.
This?
Yeah,
It's indigo and truffles.
truffles. Okay,
And
that's it.
Mocha and 603. Got that part?
Got that.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think that's a gorgeous combination.
It is.
I do too.
That's gorgeous.
There's a question on here asking if you, and I know the answer, but I'll let you answer it. Do you blend the otter holding one skein of each or alternating two?
No, holding one skein of each. So you wind everything into a ball, and then you just take 2 strands of the otter, one from one ball, one from another, and you just treat them as one.
So you're blending the colors. Yeah.
Yeah, because in order to get that lushness on that blanket, it needs to
Oh,
be
yeah.
a strand.
Yeah. Oh, that'll make it so gorgeous. All right. Thank you so much, Laura.
Okay. 2 more pieces. So this next one is this is not for everybody. It's quite a bit of work, I will admit, but it is spectacular. I call it Victoria's Garden, and you can see why. And Victoria's Garden is not only the colors of an English garden, but the stylized fit and detail of a Victorian garment. And I'm going to point out in a minute what that is. This is one of the things that I've been playing with when I talked about what can you do with chevron to make an interesting fit. Now you kind of can see this little bit of chevron business going on here, but it doesn't make as much sense as when you see it from the back. So what's going on here is that there are insets that decrease both along the sides and in the middle as you go up. So there's no increases to offset it. So you're starting with a much bigger hem that has these zigzags at the bottom. And as you decrease them, eventually you get to the point where it's the proper width for the waist. And there's actually a little waistband in it pulling in, which is the difference between a half linen stitch that most of it's made from and a full linen stitch right through here. And those of you who have ever worked with both of them will know that linen stitch, in which you do the slips on the purl side as well as the knit side, really sucks in hard. So this really helps to give this a nice little waist. So this is done with a lot of colors, and it's the ABC. The body is one piece up to the armholes. So you don't have to worry about matching fronts or sides or anything. It's all being matched. And I made magic balls. Magic balls are when you basically are making your own wild stuff. You set up all your colors and you're making a ball and tying the colors together. You don't have to do that. You can just have them there and alternate as you're going. The way that we do the kits for this is you get 9 skeins of 200 club yarn, and then you get some little kits that have accents in them. And there's little bits of this and that because you want as much variety as possible to give you this incredible rich look. without having to buy a gazillion skeins. And I've put together 2 other colorways for this. What I'm wearing is Garden, and we have Autumn, which is essentially the same kind of palette, but deeper shades. And we have Winter.
Oh my God, I'm dying over these colors, Laura. This is what Prism really is all about. I mean, just seeing these colors is, you know, like going to the museum.
Look at them this way. Get those ugly labels out of the way. So it's kind of that, or this. So this is seamed, well, no, it's one piece to here, but set in sleeve, very neatly tailored front. I'm very conscious and self-conscious about gapping. So there's a really quite a large overlap here. So there's no gapping on the button band. I said to somebody, I'm just going to sew it shut because who would ever wear this open? And they said, no, somebody might wear it open. So I put it on open and I decided that they might be right. Somebody might wear it open. I might wear it open.
What stitch is this done out of, Laura? Is it stockinette with your
Half linen.
It is half linen.
See, it's general. It actually works open.
Yeah.
You can't get the same kind of color blending with stockinette as you can get with half linen.
No, and it wears so much better.
That too, and holds its shape better. Yeah.
I have a question. Somebody said, what happens if the turquoise is substituted for lipstick?
In this one?
I'm guessing.
So you would have red up here?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Let me grab a skein.
We get to see.
Absolutely.
And she'll be back. She needs an assistant there. We should have flown there and we could have been your runners.
Well, you know, I mean, that color
That brightens it up.
It certainly works in there.
Yeah.
It takes away the idea of the sky, but I don't know that matters. That's just something I'm fixated on. You know, if you put it in there, it certainly does. There's a solid red that.
Yeah.
Well. So yeah, I love it. It's actually it's brilliant.
It is.
Add just one. I think maybe it needs a little bit more than just one.
There you go, Kathy. Somebody asked too if they could use linen to do the sweater you have on, and I'm thinking it's different gauges.
No, it is the same gauge. You could, if you could find enough linen.
That would be the problem. Yeah.
But you could. It would work.
Okay.
It's an interesting idea.
It is an interesting idea, and it was Kathy's. So it's linen she purchased, so she might already have it.
Well, you might need, yeah, if you have other linen bits, it might be that you can add them in, or if you want to take the 5 skeins that you have, that's more yardage. They're more yardage, so probably 2 more skeins would do it. I do still have some linen. I just don't have much variety, but there might well be something that would go with your 5.
So the kit that she's buying now,
yes,
it has.
Well, tell me which number it is. I've got a little cheat sheet here.
It's Kathy Barrios. What number is that? Number 1.
Okay. Yeah.
It's magic. She's going behind the board. In the meantime, are there any other questions? Is there a coupon code for today's purchases? No, there isn't a coupon code. So you didn't miss it because there isn't one.
You know, I think any of these could go into that group. What I can do is look at it and take some pictures and send them to Fontel. Because I don't think I can find it right now.
No, and that's fine. So Kathy, if that's something you're interested in, put it in the notes, okay? Or let us know, and then we can work on that. So thank you, Laura. These are gorgeous.
Any other questions about this? Okay. Yeah.
We have one beautiful thing left.
Yes.
We do. So you guys, many of whom were with us last year, remember the soft chevron, which was 200 Club Yarns and Gossamer. So I have 2 pieces of news. I thought I was out of Gossamer, so we said, oh, we can't do this anymore. I found a whole box. So we have Gossamer again. So if anybody was thinking that they might want to do that sweater and that they lost track of it, we can do it in any color. So just that's an aside. But that got me thinking, wow, that was such a gorgeous piece. Such a gorgeous piece, it would make a beautiful throw. So here is another throw. And this is regular kid mohair with 200 Club Yarns, finished off with these fabulous tassels in Constellation, which is also run through the body of it. And you can either make magic balls or you can cut and stitch as you go, because you want those big bold stripes that are in here. And again, this is a very decorator thing. So colors that I've put together, I did not even pull all of the colors that are on the website because it was just too many. So I pulled a selection just so you can see what it might look like. So here's Tamarack, which is all these yummy blues and greens, khakis, and the constellation that might go with it. So that's what Tamarack looks like. That's it. This is Embers with a violet kid mohair. Now, the kid mohair, as you can see here, just softens the look of everything. So it's going to lend a purplish tinge to it, but it's not going to be overwhelmingly purple. And then all these gorgeous deep reddish. Oops. Got sky. It's really lovely. Again, gorgeous ribbons with it.
Maria, this looks just like you. All the lipsticks.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lipstick and Cabernet and some deep plums. all pulled together with this really red kid mohair. And this beautiful ribbon. And Sierra.
Was that the Cabernet you just showed? Laura?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then Sierra. He's gorgeous. So there's more listed. There just wasn't going to be room, so I quit. So it's enough. It's enough.
These are beautiful.
Yeah. Yes. They're. It's like each one is just more lovely than the last one.
It's an explosion of riches for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're fun to knit, and it's a quick knit.
And you know, showing those tassels reminds me that as we were talking, we continually are talking about classes on the ship,
Yep.
things to do. One of them was ending,
Yes.
which included endings at the bottom of things, which included how to make beautiful tassels, along with a lot of other things.
Yeah.
Another one was making magic balls. So the classes on the ship are going to be great fun. Besides being like a regular class, let's say, there's going to be a lot of fun things to do and learn. That was beautiful. Does anyone have questions? Open up your mics and feel free to.
Hi, Laura. This is Maria. Will there be other models you'll be doing for the cruise?
Oh, yes, there'll be. Although we'll bring some of these, what we're doing for the teaching on the cruise will be everything you've never seen.
Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful.
I'm just
Thank you.
away.
Thank you.
The sweater to the left of Laura on our screen, was that covered today or is it in the combination?
This one?
Yes.
I brought it up because it was one that we showed, I think in the last Zoom. So it actually is on the Prism Kits page. It's called the Soft Chevron. And I can pull it down. Hang on.
That looks so bad. My arm.
She's dismembering the model.
Had to do that. This was my favorite sweater last winter. I wore it all winter. We had a really cold January. I wore it at least twice a week last January. So this is Gossamer, which is our lace weight kid mohair. That's held with magic balls made from 200 Club yarns. And the sweater, the chevrons have shape built in that they get smaller as you get up toward the armhole. And it is a set-in sleeve. And I did make full-length sleeves. And the sleeves have just one chevron that runs up it, and then stockinette on the inside so that it's simple shaping. Yeah, two pieces. You don't worry about if the side seams match because it just doesn't really matter. And yeah, it's gorgeous. So this is up there with all its colors and a price and all the data that you need for it.
What's the name of this, Laura?
Soft Chevron.
Soft Chevron. Thank you.
And it is on the website, Laura. If they want to do it, you'll again go to presentation just like you've done today's. Scroll down to the second one and it says January Prism Zoom, and there is the soft chevron there.
There you go.
For those of you who are running right now, like Donna, thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let us know if you have questions. And for those of you sticking around, if you have questions for Laura or for Fontel, you know, now's the moment. Before we let Laura go, because it's getting to be her dinner time, her cocktail hour. I saw Matt going back and forth, so.
Yeah.
Anybody? Y'all good?
Colors are fabulous.
Yeah. It's so good to see you guys. Really
Yeah, it's
good
really
to see
good to
you.
see everybody. Thank you for coming. I sure hope to see you next March on the cruise.
All right, everyone. On behalf of Great Yarns and Prism, thank you so much for coming. We hope that you enjoyed it. We had a great time, and we
Yeah.
anticipate. If you have any questions at all, you can call the store, you can email me. And of course, Laura is, even though she's traveling a bit, she's very responsive. If you have questions for her, I know that she'll get back to you as well. So again, thank you for joining us. We'll see you next.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Thank you.